Hey everyone, I'm Brad, a performance coach, entrepreneur, and someone obsessed with helping people unlock their full potential physically, mentally, and emotionally.
And I'm Raquel, a yoga and fitness instructor, passionate about mindfulness, healing, movement, and helping people reconnect with themselves in a healthier way.
Welcome to Your Ultimate Comeback, the show where we explore what it really takes to transform your body, your mindset, and your life.
From health and fitness to resilience, relationships, and personal growth, we bring you real conversations with people who faced challenges, reinvented themselves, and found a way to come back stronger.
Whether you're rebuilding physically, mentally, emotionally, or professionally,
this podcast is here to give you the tools, perspective, and inspiration to take the next step forward.
because your setback
Doesn't have to be your ending. This is your ultimate comeback.
Hello, welcome to episode 136 of Your Ultimate Comeback. I'm your host, Brad, with my other host, Raquel. How are ya?
Fine, Brad.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. Your sing-songy way of saying that was just cute.
Sing-songy.
It was cute. It was good.
What's new?
What is new? I like your hat.
I know, I wore it last week and you didn't even say anything,
I
so I
didn't.
wore it again.
I didn't say anything because we had Randy on, and it was such an epic episode. So if
I got a lot of really good feedback
I
on that
bet.
episode.
I bet. I was going to say, if people haven't yet listened to that, they should. It
was
great
really good.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of positive feedback. Actually, a few people have the same cardiologist as him, so they were all psyched to hear that. Yeah.
That's fast.
A lot of people reached out about the calcium score test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that too. I should probably, why not? You know?
One of my clients I reached out to my doctor about that. And they're like, hey, that's a really good idea.
Oh, jeez.
And he's like, I pay this thousands of dollars a year as a concierge doctor. I've done all these crazy tests.
Yeah.
And I learned about this one from my trainer.
Yeah. That's drawn on this picture.
Yeah. So I got to suck it up and go do that one.
Yeah. Does it take a long time? Probably not.
No, it just scares me.
Does it? Because you don't want the answer? Or
I don't want to know. Yeah.
Really?
Well, just how much stress I've been under for years.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Ignorance is bliss.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I get that.
Men are very good at that.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Absolutely. So what's happening in your world?
Nothing. Football season started up. So,
Oh, it did?
Yeah. So
Okay.
we're in week one of full-blown
Okay.
football season. So
Okay.
it's,
Now, are you talking about your son?
my son?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Garrett.
No, my son.
Okay.
I think Garrett starts next week.
Okay.
The 28th or 29th. So that's super fun. They're a good group of kids.
Okay.
So it's a few extra hours to get
add
us
to
through
your-
in a week.
So you're already stuffed and filled to the brim.
Yeah.
Scheduling.
Yeah. So that's good. That's the new transition. But
Yeah. And you're getting ready to take your daughter off to college in a month, right?
not till
Oh, she's September.
Yeah, she's
I
on
forgot she's quarter system too. Okay.
Yeah. I'm actually really excited for her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss her, but
Yeah.
she's so ready.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
When you know that your child has found a good fit,
Yeah.
it's exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited. She's gonna have a great time up there. I think her roommates are great. I got to meet one of them
Oh, good.
during orientation.
Okay.
Sweet girl, nice girl.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she got her dorm room and it looks right out over right at oh my gosh, Hayward Field, the crazy track there, where they do like the Olympic trials,
Oh,
the
wow.
Prefontaine Classic.
Very cool.
I was like, what? That's an awesome. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful stadium.
Yeah.
So
Very nice.
Yeah, her dorm room looks right at it. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Not
so
too shabby.
yeah, right in the middle of campus. She's gonna be a good place.
Yeah.
So I wish I was going. Can I get a redo? I want to redo. I want to start over. That's where I want to go to school.
You know, would you redo things?
I would redo college for sure.
Would you?
Not at 50, but
No,
I
I
would go
know
back
that.
to.
I know that.
Yeah.
You would?
I would 100%.
And you would do what differently?
I would go to a big school. I chased baseball.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
Yeah, so I would have gone to a big school
Football
and done the
school.
fraternity and
Oh,
all that
interesting.
stuff. Yeah.
I don't see you as a frat guy.
I think I could have.
No, I'm not saying you couldn't be.
Yeah.
I just don't see you as a frat guy.
I think I would have enjoyed it. My brother did it and loved it. And,
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would have done the whole, all the big college
All the
stuff.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I
So do you have regrets? Would
That,
you say?
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a major regret.
Okay.
Was chasing baseball versus chasing school.
Okay.
But
I can understand that.
yeah, but I mean, I grew up an athlete, and so that was the most important thing to me,
Right.
and I thought it made me a more valuable person to be able to play in college, and it was all over. I'm like, oh, that didn't really mean much.
It's interesting. Now that the NCAA passed the 5 and 5,
Yeah.
that you can play 5. Quinn potentially can play in a 5th year.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to kind of, at first she said, oh yeah, definitely. And then it was, don't really know if I want to do that.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, she's kind of vacillated a little bit.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see what she finally lands on.
Yeah.
Because I think there is an argument that could be made for both.
Yeah.
Right. And like my husband says, I'm going to support her no matter, well, of course we will, whatever you choose.
Yeah.
But he says, believe me, there's a part when it's all done that later in life, he goes, I just don't want her to have the regret of, oh my gosh, as my husband says, I cut off a finger to be able to do that one more time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. And I think I don't know how soon that decision has to be made, but when she actually has to make that decision, I really am interested to see what it is.
Yeah.
Because it's fair the way they've done it.
Yeah.
I think, don't you? Because it was getting a little crazy with these red shirt.
Yeah, and all the like holdback and double holdback stuff
yes.
where kids are rolling into freshman year of high school. Yeah, at 16,
Yeah.
graduating, 19, turning 20.
Yeah. It's a lot.
I think it made it. That was a. I'm glad they did it personally.
No, agree.
Yeah,
Agree.
I think it'll help control some of the madness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
yeah, for sure.
more madness will be created somehow, some way.
Exactly. It's not like everything's calm and wonderful now.
Yeah.
We've got other things.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most challenging part of raising children?
Oh my gosh. How funny you ask that question. Because did I talk about this today?
See, I'm just psychically in tune with
Yeah. The thing I'm most worried about is the wound of the father and how that impacts children's lives.
Okay. Describe this wound of the father.
So typically mostly with I'm looking at it from a male point of view because I learned a lot about it as a boy and growing up into man and some of the struggles I had, and it's just that as a dad it's very easy to damage your son and not even know you did it, and then that son will carry that and struggle with it for the rest of their life. So a lot of the deep issues that men deal with are a wound that was given to them by their father. Like, I'm not enough. There's lots of different options there. Why this is so heavy on me was because Tuesday night was first night of live practice, and all the coaches have boys on the team, and one of our things is like daddy ball's not allowed. So we're going to be hard on the kids to push the kids and help the kids grow and teach them. And one of our rules is if we're going to be hard on the boys, we're going to be extra hard on our boys so that the parents and their kids can see that we're not playing
preferential
favorites.
Treatment.
Yeah. So, which I like that idea.
Yeah.
I think it's really fair. And the parents like it, it's like, oh man, like they expect that much of their kids. Okay. Yeah. Get on my kid.
Right.
Makes
sense.
Yeah. And the boys are doing this drill, and a lot of the boys were struggling. It's been 8 months since they've had any contact. And so they're being a little soft, a little timid. Some kids are kind of hiding, not wanting to get in. And so the coaches are coming down on the kids pretty hard. Like, stop, you saw, like, stop, And some of it may be a little excessive, but Gavin gets in first round, does decent. But then he gets put in the second round with two of our other top players who also dads are coaches. And these three boys just struggled. And coaches were yelling at him, and it got to the point where the coach is like, you know what, get out of here, go run. That was, so our three boys, those three boys had to, not only did they get an earful, they had to go run. And Gavin, they run, and when Gavin comes back, he stands next to me, and maybe I was in the moment, I didn't know, I said something to him, like, I don't even remember what I said to him. Something along the lines of like, what's going on? Are you scared? Or like, can you not take this? Like, what's the deal? And that was that. And we get home from practice, and the rest of practice, he has great practice, the rest of practice. When we get home that night, and I could tell he's upset. So I asked him, I said, what's going on? He's like, I just sucked at that drill, and he starts tearing up. I'm like, what, like, why are you so, like, what are you feeling? Like, what are you so upset about? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, are you embarrassed? He goes, yeah, I'm really embarrassed. Like, I did really bad in that drill. I'm like, well, so did the other boys. Right. Pretty much everyone struggled in that drill.
Perfect, yeah.
He's like, yeah, but we had to run, and like, I just sucked at that, and like, I'm just embarrassed. And so I explained to him, like, okay, look, like, I'm your dad, I'm a coach, and as coaches, we got to be extra hard on you so that the other kids don't think that we're being unfair when we're hard on them. Imagine that, we're being hard on the other boys, but then we're nice to you guys. Like, that's not a fair environment. and we're challenging you guys. And I explained it, and he was like, yeah, well, I'm just really embarrassed. I'm like, well, are you embarrassed for the other two? He said, well, no. I'm like, so why are you embarrassed for you? He goes, well, it's different. I'm like, how is it different? Do you think the other two are embarrassed for you? I said, well, no. I'm like, okay, so we're good. Like, it was just a bad drill. The rest of the practice was great. And next time you do, I'm just nervous I have to do it again. I'm going to be bad again. I'm like, okay. And then I taught him, okay, there was high tone, but there were words within that tone. What were the words that you heard? He's like, keep my head up. I'm like, exactly. I said, and we always tell you guys this, listen to our words, not our tone. I said, so all you need to do in that drill is keep your head up, and everything's going to be
literally, not figuratively.
Literally, like he was dropping his head. So he would go to hit someone and drop his head and
got it.
miss.
Yeah, okay.
I said, you can't hit what you can't see. So
Sure.
You remember, just a reminder, like during football season, it's a crazy sport. It's the words, not the tone you need to listen to, and that's where the coaching is. And
God, that's so hard though, even as an adult.
well, 100% it is. But he's like, okay. And so I thought we were good. Went to work the next day. I came home. I was working in my office. He comes and sits in my office, and I can tell he's upset. And so I asked him, like, okay, I'm still struggling with, I'm like, about what? He goes, about yesterday. And so we have an hour conversation.
Wow.
On this topic. And he's like, I'm just worried that, people think I'm soft. And I'm like, bro, like, you're so I said, that's the last word I would use to describe you. Like, I watched you fight for your life as a little kid, and the way you handled that. I watched you get knocked out in a football game last year on the sidelines, and you were yelling at me to let you back in the game.
Right.
I said, and then you forget about it, and 2 minutes later, start yelling at me again. I'm like, is that soft? Like, so the whole reason I coach you is because you're not soft, you're relentless, and I got to protect you from you. So the only times you haven't played in games are games I've pulled you out and not let you back in.
Right.
And I know that if I wasn't doing that, you would lie and try to get back in. I said, that's not soft, that's relentless. And I use that's the word that I describe you as, is relentless. And we talk more and more. And then I think it's done again. And he starts tearing up. And I said, buddy, what is, just tell me what you're feeling. He's like, I don't want to. I'm like, please, just, I won't get mad at you. And he finally goes, I think you think I'm soft. I'm like, why do you say that? I just told you. Guys,
right.
Because of what you said to me last night after the drill. And I was like, holy cow.
What did you say?
When I asked him, I said, are you scared? Can you not handle this? I don't even remember the exact words. To me, it was no big deal.
Right.
I was just trying to challenge him a little bit. But he took it as, my dad thinks I'm soft. And had he not brought that up with me,
oh, okay, I see where you're going with this.
that would have sunk in and affected him for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And it was a very simple conversation that I thought was meaningless.
Yeah.
And he took that conversation to heart.
Sure.
And walked away with it. My dad thinks I'm soft.
That's what he heard.
That's what he heard.
His filter.
His filter.
Sure.
That's what he took.
Yeah.
Is my dad thinks I'm soft.
Right.
And that's a horrible
No,
belief.
that's not what you think or want.
It's the last thing that I think, but however I phrased the words, I thought it was so meaningless, I don't even remember what I said.
Right, I hear you on that.
But however I said it, what he heard was, oh my God, my dad thinks I'm soft.
Yeah.
And that's not so had he not brought that up, that would have been a wound I just instilled in him.
Sure.
That would have affected him, probably, eventually led to some therapy, and who knows what damage that would have done.
Right.
I was like, oh my God. I knew this was easy to do. I'm very aware of it.
Sure.
I did not realize how easy it is to do that.
Yeah.
So that to me, I think is the hardest part of parenting for me is knowing with him. Like I said, I'm sure it's the same thing with my daughter, but I think from what I've understood, it's more the mom that can create that damage.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I know that the dads can as well.
Yeah.
So it's me the scariest, the hardest part is what
daddy issues versus wounds, maybe.
Yeah, and like I said, I really only understand it as a guy dealing with it.
Yeah.
Because I had a great father, but there were things that I took away that I'm sure he has no idea that I took away.
Exactly.
That I owned and became part of my identity.
Definitely.
And had to work through. And at that point, I was like, oh my God, like this is super scary to me.
Yeah.
That I have this big role in his life as his father, and that simple little conversation could have changed it. If he hadn't brought it up, if he hadn't finally, gotten the guts up to just say it, it could have been really bad.
Yeah.
So now I'm saying, like, what else have I done that I think there was a big deal? So to me, that's the scariest, hardest part, is to try to understand him as an individual and be able to communicate with him in ways that he doesn't hold on to at a deep level.
Sure.
So that's my...
I think that's so accurate, because I feel the same way sometimes, especially with, I think everybody hears things through their own filter.
Yes.
Right. And definitely parent to child.
Yeah.
So going through that, my son moving out, when he told us he was moving to Seal Beach, and I said, you live 10 minutes from work. Why are you moving 30 minutes from work?
Yeah.
And he just heard, you are not supportive. That was what he heard.
Yeah.
And was really upset. Like, well, it's stupid. You know what I mean? But it's not stupid, because this is what he wants to do. This is where he found a place that he can afford, and he can make work. And he's actually really thriving. I was just showing Caesar before you got here a picture. He's painting. He's painting something that he's going to put on his wall. He built his bed. I mean, the kid is thriving in a lot of ways. So it's far be it for me to say, you're not doing it right. But I think as parents, we have this ideal of what we want for our children. Obviously, we want the best, and we want better for them than what we had. Yeah. Right? We want them to be more successful. We want them to be smarter. We want them, all the things. Yeah. And I think that when we as parents see them making choices or decisions that in our eyes look like, that maybe isn't going to help get you to that point. Yeah. Then we kind of interject. And I know exactly, because I know Quinn has nailed me on that before many times. Like, Mom, the way you said that really hurt me. And I'm like, oh.
Thank God she says it.
Oh, she does all the time.
Yeah, because I told Gavin, if you ever have feelings against something I've said to you, bring it up to me. Like, I will never get mad. Yeah. I give you the green light to do it. Yeah. And I want to know so that we can make things right. So if I say something that hurts your feelings or makes you feel a certain way, we need to have that conversation. For sure. And I'll never get mad. I will learn. Yeah, yeah.
But see, that's so huge that you're willing and wanting to do that, right?
Yeah, and I apologize and hug them and just tell them I love them. And, and he started crying, and it was a good moment, but it took me an hour and a half to get it out of him.
To dig that out.
Yeah.
But I get it, because he doesn't want to disappoint you. He doesn't want you to think that he is soft. Yeah. So, I mean, you're like his hero.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the thing.
That's why it would have been so damaging.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's the man I look up to most, and he thinks I'm soft.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm way softer than you are. Like, at your age, especially, you're like, the things you do, like, I told him, I'm way softer than you.
Yeah.
Like,
the
things you do, I couldn't do. Yeah. Even at my best in college, like you have more courage at 11 than I ever did, even in college playing football. Definitely. Like, you're doing things that I wouldn't have done.
Yeah. Like, especially at that age, right?
Yeah, I'm like, so the last thing that I view as. Yeah. Like, I look up to you because of your courage, and like, I mean, it scares me sometimes. But
like that you're such a go for it kid.
Yes, yeah. Like, yeah.
I know. So. Well, there's no 100% right way to do things. That's what's so, and I think so much of what we bring to the table as parents is how we were raised, how we were taught. And I feel like there's so much that I've said, don't want to do that, don't want to do that, don't want to do that. But definitely there are things that I do want to do that were done for me. And you know what? So it's kind of that juggling act of finding, what does my parenting style look like as compared to how I was parented? Yeah. And can I take the goodness out of that and maybe, withhold some of the things that did feel damaging for me? Yeah. But every now and then we mess up. We just do. Yeah. It's just part of it.
Like, I had no idea I messed up.
Exactly.
Like, to me, it was no big deal.
Right.
I was just trying to challenge him a little bit to get him to, thinking that I could get under his skin a little bit, get him to be a little aggressive.
Puff up his chest.
Yeah. I did the exact opposite.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Well, I had a conversation with Quinn just this morning. This is random. She was driving to Hermosa to go practice. And you know how you go on your pictures or videos and on your computer and it'll send you down this path. You can like get back to when they were this big and you're like, oh my God. So as I was looking for a specific video, I see this video of her when she was a junior guard her first year, and she was going to do the pier jump.
Yeah.
And she's this tiny little thing, and she's really scared, and she doesn't want to do it. And I'm watching it, crying, because I'm like, oh, look at my little girl, And I called her and I said, I just watched a 2.5-minute video where you didn't pier jump. And she goes, and? Like, annoyed with me. And I said, and then the next video was a 30-second one where you did pier jump, because it was like continued. And she's like, I'm not sure why you felt the need to tell me that. And I thought, oh my God, because you're a badass, because you kick ass in what you do, because you're fearless in my eyes.
Yeah.
And it just was like, oh.
Yeah.
So, anyway. No Kleenex in here. Damn it. Anyway, but it's like we want to protect our children,
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's an example of didn't even, clock with me at all that might not be.
Right.
I don't want to hear that you just watched a 2.5-minute video of me not pier jumping,
Yeah.
But I'm like, but you did after.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that, and again, she said, well, if you had led with, wow, you're such a badass, hard to believe that this was you when you were 9,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I guess I kind of blew that.
Yeah. It's easy to do.
Yeah.
But scary too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's so much of a crapshoot with how we do things. And I think we all have the best intentions. At least I hope that we do, as far as, what I've never, did you ever do the thing where my kids are never going to have McDonald's, or was that ever you?
No.
That was me, of course.
That was the first thing my daughter recognized as a little kid. Like, we haven't even been there. And she knew what it was.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if there's any right or wrong way 100%, but it's such a, learn by doing. That's Cal Poly's slogan.
Yeah.
Learn by doing.
Yeah.
And that is so true about parenting.
Yeah.
You're just in it.
Yeah.
How old were your parents when they had you?
Super young. My mom was 21. They just turned 21.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, my dad, like 2 weeks before I was born, turned 21.
See, that was, my mom was 20. My bio dad was 21. I think about that, and that's nuts.
I think, like, I have an 11-year-old. I was 30 when my dad was my age.
Right. Yeah.
It's so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, there's an argument that could be made probably for both. I feel like in some ways when you're really young, you're like, okay, let's just do this. When you're older, you're more set in your ways. I don't know. I used to think this is so great that I'm having children older because I've gone through all the things. I've done all the things I want. I'm not going to feel like I'm missing out on certain things in my life. I'm going to be this great parent. And now sometimes I think, wonder what it would have been like if I'd done it younger.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you ever think like that?
No,
You're totally happy with where it all went.
Yeah, I would not have been ready when I was
20 or
younger.
21.
I would have been a train wreck.
Yeah, for sure.
So I've never really thought about that.
No.
I definitely could not have handled it.
Yeah. Well, you would.
I would have figured it out. But,
yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm glad that it happened to me later in life.
For sure. But even 30 is not what I consider later.
Well, so it was about 33 and Gavin at 40, or just over 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'll be in my 70s when he graduates. Or no, sorry. I'll be what? 60? No. I'll be late 50s when he graduates high school.
Yeah.
But, what I like is that it's kept me young. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't feel the need to, like, I'd rather hang out with my kids than go out to the bars with my buddies.
Sure.
So it keeps me young, working out with them and running around with them. And I like that part of it.
Definitely.
Yeah, so.
And you want to lead by example. Look, I'm still doing these things. I'm not, just expecting you to.
Yeah. They heckle me so much for how old I am. It's hilarious. All the football players do.
Oh, I love it.
You're old as dirt, coach.
Yeah. And
Pretty much.
I can still move. That's good.
We were in line. I'm like, man, you guys are so lucky to be standing next to a specimen like me. And they're like, what? I'm like, this beautiful man right here.
Oh my God.
I'm like, Coach, you're so old. I'm like,
awesome.
you know, I take these glasses and hat off, it gets even better. And he goes, what are you talking about? You're bald. It was such a funny conversation.
That's great.
They loved heckling
Yeah.
me for being old.
Yeah.
My son gives me the hardest time. He's like, you looked really old doing that, Dad. Because he knows it gets under my skin.
Damn. Oh my gosh.
That's right, but at least I'm doing it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah. It's,
Well, we're all just doing the best we can.
yeah.
You know?
It's my favorite part of life is being the dad. But
Yeah.
it is damn hard.
It is.
It's scary.
It is.
That moment yesterday really scared me, knowing that, holy shit, that was easy to do.
Yeah. But how great that it was rectified. That it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was so thankful that he had the courage to bring it up.
Yeah.
Because it was hard. When he finally did it, it was hard for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he fought. I'm fine. I'm like, your eyes were watering. That means you're not fine. I mean, it took some really dragging it out of him for him to finally get to the point where he said, you know, I think you think I'm soft. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So I was very proud of him for having the courage to bring that up.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty hard on because my dad was very communicative with me.
Which is great.
Which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But I was unwilling to share
Oh.
stuff like that with him.
So if the shoe had been under the other foot when you were that age, you wouldn't have done it?
I would not have
Really?
done it. Yeah. I was very, I'm good, I'm fine.
Interesting.
And so so when he starts to do it, I'm like, hey, I did that too. I understand why you're doing that.
Good for you.
And it didn't work out well for me.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could go back to your age and open up. And so this conversation is not going to end
I'm keeping you in this room
until you bring it out.
Yeah.
And you know I'm not going to get mad. You know I'm not going to, I'm going to give no response.
Yeah.
I said, but to hold that stuff in,
Yeah.
you will regret it when you're my age.
Yeah.
I said, so I'm not going to let you do that.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm fine. He's crying. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
baby.
you know, and unfortunately for him, I know when it finally reaches that point where he's gotten it out and he's good because his whole demeanor changes.
Yes.
It's like this relief comes over him. Yeah. So unfortunately, we've had enough conversations to where I know when it's truly come out.
Yeah.
And I know when there's still something stuck hidden in there.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That's great that you have such a special relationship. Really
yeah,
is.
you know, and look, I spent a ton of time with him.
Yeah.
Knowing that, you know, that's one relationship that I'll never regret putting time into.
Definitely.
So, you know, we get to do a lot together. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, I got to really, because of all the time, I got to really understand him and see, and I choose to do that versus other things I could be doing.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can do those things later in life once he's older and doesn't want to hang out with me.
And that comes, believe me.
Oh, I've seen it with my daughter. It's crazy.
Yeah. You're like, wait a minute, I'm not your favorite person anymore.
Yeah. No, I don't want to be around you. I want to sit in my room by myself.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
Parenting 101. You know.
Yeah. Avoid the pitfalls.
Yeah. No, I think they're unavoidable, really.
Yeah.
You know?
The unavoidable
Yeah,
pitfalls.
yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
But fun. Well, sweet.
Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were going to have but it's so funny that I was thinking about
You were
that.
going to make me cry? No, you didn't make me cry. It made me cry.
Yeah, that's kind of a staple thing, so we're good with that. Nah, little dig.
Well, you know what? Somebody has to be the emotional one on the show.
True.
You know?
And they come out of me sometimes.
Let's see. I think one time Garrett.
Oh,
made
that's
you
great.
cry.
He got me.
Yeah. I thought with Randy you might get a little emotional because his story was so impactful. But
Yeah.
it was so happy.
I'm so inspired by him and his resiliency
Yes.
and that brings me a lot of joy to
Yes.
see.
Oh,
him just
absolutely.
thrive
But see, that's
so
what I mean.
much.
Happy tears. Happy
Yeah.
tears.
Yeah.
See, I don't discriminate. I have sad and happy tears all the time. All the time. It's very cathartic, by the way. You know, people think, oh my God, she's crying again. No, it's good for you.
Yeah.
It is.
Does it feel good to know that somebody credits you for essentially saving their life? Like he was talking about the podcast as if it's like, you guys saved my life.
Yeah, I don't know where I got into it.
I mean,
but
because it was definitely Brad's training, but it was also like, because Raquel and you, like him hearing you guys talk about that stuff,
that was
right?
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought he was just being kind because he didn't want to make it 100% the Brad Davidson fan club, which it was. And that was funny when I went back and listened to it.
It was seven. It was 7 times.
Those are the types of experiences with my job that like make it really special.
For sure.
Like to know that there's opportunities like that versus I want to lose 5 pounds.
Yeah.
That's
5 people.
I was being nice. 5 or more.
Yeah.
Like that kind of an impact is an incredible thing to experience versus, because I know, okay, I'll get you to lose 5 pounds and you're going to want to lose another 5.
Yeah.
It's like this constant battle of never being happy where
Right.
life or death is pretty happy when you end up on the side of life, and it's really rewarding. So it's like situations like that I love to be a part of.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll finish with one story that with the whole like men not crying thing.
Yeah.
So I grew up with a father, Navy guy, all that stuff. Like, and his big theme through life was men don't cry. Men don't cry.
Right.
So that's all we heard. That's all we heard. That's all we heard. Yeah. And then, later in life, he has a genetic disease, loses all his strength. At this point, all he can do, he can't even really physically take care of himself.
Right.
He sat me down. He's like, I was wrong about one thing, and I want to make sure you hear this. I told you your whole life men don't cry. And I was wrong. It's like, I thought men weren't supposed to show emotion. You're supposed to always be strong and hide it.
Yeah.
He goes, please hear me. I was wrong.
Wow.
And the last probably 3 years of his life, I saw that man cry more than I did the whole rest of his life. The whole rest of the prior of my life. I saw my dad cry once, and was when his best friend died.
Wow.
In my whole childhood, all the way until I was probably 35, 40.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was like more like 40. Yeah, around 40. Because the last probably 4 to 5 years of his life, he cried a lot.
Really?
Yeah, and that's when he told me, like, I made a mistake, and I want to make sure that, and I made a mistake in what I taught you.
Yeah.
So,
That's
but it's
huge.
funny when you've never shared the emotion.
Yeah.
And you find it really came out of him.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not embarrassed to cry. Like, it happens periodically.
Even though you give me grief when I do.
Well, it's fun to give you grief about it. Because I could say I tripped and scraped my knee, and you would cry. Feeling bad for me.
That's not true. That's not true.
Sure, you laugh at that one.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm with my son, for example.
Yeah.
I'm really supportive, because he starts to get embarrassed and cries. I'm like, dude, that's a normal feeling. I said that is a sign of strength, not a sign of weakness. It means you're not hiding.
100%.
And so I've made it okay for him to cry.
Yeah.
Because you feel better when you do. That's the emotion that wants to come out.
Yeah.
You let it out, you feel better.
Yeah.
So, because it's weird. It's like this innate thing with boys. Like, they try to fight it. Yeah.
Sadly.
And I've taught him. Yeah, I've taught him it takes more strength to show your emotion than to hide your emotion.
Agree.
Because that people are going to look at you, judge you, all those things. But
let them.
So it takes a lot more strength to cry than not to cry. So if you want to be strong, cry.
Yeah.
That's
Did I share the story in here? I may or may not have, where at the end of my class, when I read a different quote each time, I was, everyone's in Shavasana. So they're lying quietly, eyes closed, room is very, dimly lit and basically in the dark. And I'm reading this quote and it had to do with death. And it kind of made me think of my dad.
Yeah.
And I started crying. So I'm reading, and I'm saying, and I didn't stop because I thought, I'm in this already, and people have seen me cry in there before. This woman gets up. I didn't know her very well. She just started taking my classes in the middle of Shavasana, gives me a hug.
Oh, that's cool.
I was like, oh my God. It was the cutest thing. I will never forget that. And it's just like, okay, you just went to the top of the class with that one, it was just so sweet. So I think you're absolutely right. It I don't know if endears is the right word, but people are like, oh wow, they're not afraid to show vulnerability. That is strength.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel anyway.
I learned one other not fascinating, but interesting thing I learned about crying. Remember when we had Eric McGrath pulled on here? So going through his course and being a part of his course and teaching and stuff like that, he said one of the worst things you can do when someone is crying is hand them tissues. Because what you're telling them is, I'm not comfortable with this, please stop. He said, so you always let people grab their own tissue.
Oh, okay. Grab their own.
Yeah.
I was going to say, no, I would have been happy if Caesar had grabbed me a tissue, actually.
But if you
I'm
start
trying to help
crying,
you.
but if you start crying and I hand you tissues, I'm telling you.
My therapist does that. It doesn't bug me at all.
Well, yes, because you're a therapist.
Okay. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
Yeah.
But we should grab our own, is what you're saying?
He said you should always let people grab their own tissue.
Okay.
He said
I
if you
see
hand
what you're
people,
saying.
if you're handing
Like, here,
people,
stop that right now.
yeah, stop that. I'm not comfortable with this.
Some people really aren't comfortable with the
yes,
crying.
100%.
I've
So
seen that.
I always thought that was really interesting.
Okay. All right.
Because my natural reaction was always to hand. I think I'm doing something nice for them, but it can be mistaken for, oh, this person's not comfortable with this. I need to stop.
I get that.
I always liked that.
Yeah.
Let people reach for their own tissue, and they'll reach for it when they're ready. And
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But there's nothing worse than having the snot, drown.
well, yeah, but if there's tissues around, you'll grab one when you're ready to grab one. Sometimes people need to let that shit out, and it needs to get ugly.
Yeah. A good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
So we'll finish with that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
What a random podcast.
I know. It's like all over the place. Thanks, Fred.
Thank you.